Hey guys and girls, welcome back to a whole nother video here with Doc, talking this time about Vanishing Point issue 1 from Mad Cave by the writer and artist team of Mark Russell and Juan Doe. And I've got to say, from the cover, it absolutely grabs you, pulls you in, and enthralls you with the artwork that we've got. It opens on a galactic scale with this first panel. Actually, it's full page. And here you're introduced to, Jim and his family. And Jim is going on a 10-year expedition to collect ore. And it seems like in the beginning that this is going to be a regular little innocuous story about the dangers of mining, the dangers of that lifestyle, being away from your family, things like that. But as we go through this, then you come to understand through this somewhat cartoony but also detailed artwork that this man is just trying to provide for his family. And as he goes through what's supposed to be a 10-year mission, he gets caught up in an asteroid field and it destroys part of his equipment. So it becomes almost like an alien story where you've got this not so lovable character, but you understand his motivation and you understand why he's doing the things that he does to provide for his family, to provide the lifestyle and the education and all those things that every husband and father wants to provide for their family. But all of a sudden, as he's going through and processing some of this ore, then he hears a scream, this terrible scream. And he's trying to figure out whether this was actually real or just imagined in his head. And in a meta moment, he realizes that all of this ore that he's mining is one gigantic consciousness. And they send a message, which you see on this page here. You must stop. Please stop. But it's between this consciousness, which he does not know, and his family, which he does. So he makes the difficult decision to continue on, even though he knows what he has done is not right. And eventually he pretty much wipes out the voice. He has mined so much of this ore that the consciousness is gone, and he can't hear the voices and the screams anymore. But you also get an understanding, it says that the robots can mine the ore, but you need humans to pilot the ship that collects the ore, because only humans are able to tell the difference between these special rocks and just regular rocks that are floating around, asteroids that are floating around in the solar system. And he comes to realize that, and it says the endless network of synapses inside our brains, the connections that formed between our thoughts and memories. We're so much better at finding them because we are recognizing ourselves. So I'm not going to spoil how this first issue ends, but I'm going to say that I was extremely impressed with this book. I think Mark and Juan did an excellent job, and they should be commended for this, because it's not just a regular space opera. It's not another comic book where you get superheroes beating the crap out of each other. It's going to be, from this first issue, it looks like it's going to be a story about what will you do to protect your family, how far will you go to Find that place within yourself where you do the darkest things imaginable in order to provide for those that you love, while at the same time somehow holding on to the humanity that you so desperately want to have and desperately need. It's what differentiates people from, regular people from sociopaths and psychological killers, is that you have that north point, that star in your mind that tells you these are things that I'm not going to do because I don't want to see other people hurt. I don't want to see other people destroyed. I don't want to break other people's lives. And here you have somebody who, for the good of his family, pretty much wiped out a consciousness in the cosmos, all in effort to return home to his family. But they leave off on a real cliffhanger, a mystery that I'm definitely looking forward to coming back and checking out in the next issue. So if you get a chance, check out Vanishing Point issue 1 from Mad Cave, Mark Russell and Juan Doe. And guys, have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe out there. I've heard some storms are brewing in the U.S. So kick back, get a copy of this, copy of Los Monstros, and a couple of other books that came out this week. Check it out, and just kick back and relax. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and have a great, great day and a wonderful weekend.